Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. We're almost there, middle of the week. I am First Alert meteorologist Rodney Harris, and we are going to talk a little bit of weather here because we've got a lot going on here over the next 7 days, really like your entire 7-day forecast. There's a lot happening. So yesterday was fantastic. We got up to 79 degrees. That was your high yesterday, which was almost the record. The record for yesterday was 80. One of the bad things, of course, that comes along with these warmer temperatures is the pollen. You already know that because you've been feeling it. So we have a high pollen count, an extreme pollen count, really, 2592. That is the latest count. Unfortunately, that's not going to go down anytime soon because we're not really going to get any serious rain until maybe Friday. So by Saturday, the pollen may drop a little bit, but we are expecting these levels to stay high for the rest of the week until we get some better rain by Friday. So you're going to have to deal with that pollen. Again, that's because it's just been so warm. But the warmer weather is actually gone for at least a little while. Look at this amazing shot over Buckhead. We are looking back toward the south from Sandy Springs. Completely clear outside right now, so no issues there. Let's check out our temperatures. We were in the 40s this morning, so you needed that jacket getting to work, getting the kids to school. Later on this afternoon, we'll eventually get into the 60s, so cooler than what we saw yesterday. Right now, it's 56 degrees in Atlanta, 52 in Lawrenceville, and 54 in Athens. As we take a look at your hour-by-hour forecast for the rest of the day, you're going to notice a gradual increase in the cloud cover later on this afternoon, but it'll stay dry. So it's another day that you can enjoy. Really, the only difference today compared to yesterday for the afternoon is the fact that your temperatures are just going to be cooler than what we saw yesterday. But otherwise, a really decent day across Metro Atlanta. Let's get right to the forecast model because we are tracking some showers that are back into the picture on Thursday. So Thursday, just some scattered showers out there. This won't be a big deal. We're not really forecasting any storms, so it's not a first alert. But if you have any plans late Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, there will be showers around like as you're driving home from work, so keep that in mind. And then notice what happens on Friday. Friday, we get some heavier rain that'll start to move in, especially in the morning. So we did first alert Friday morning, not because we're forecasting any severe weather, but just because that will impact your commute as you're driving to work. But check this out. Friday morning it's wet. By Friday evening, that rain is out of here. We're actually mostly clear if you have any Friday night plans. So it's a first alert for the first part of Friday, but by Friday evening, we will be in much better shape. You'll be able to enjoy your plans. And that's going to set the stage for a great start to your weekend because Saturday is completely dry, mostly sunny, 60. Don't forget, by the way, to set those clocks ahead Saturday night before you go to bed. We're going to spring forward. That means you're going to lose an hour of sleep over the weekend, but most of us will enjoy this because that means more daylight later in the evening starting Sunday through the rest of spring and summer. So remember, set those clocks ahead Saturday night before you go to bed. Saturday's great. Then Sunday is another first alert because we have rain and maybe even some isolated storms on Sunday. That coverage on Sunday is at 60%. That's still high. So just know that we're expecting scattered rain throughout the day on Sunday and maybe even some storms. Circle Friday morning and Sunday on your calendar. That's when you will be the most impacted with rain. Sunday's high is 55, and then as we get into Monday, maybe some showers left over on Monday morning. We've been looking at our models for Sunday, and they're not really consistent right now, to be honest. Some of our models are showing the rain moving out by Monday morning. Some of our models are showing maybe some showers hanging around as you drive to work. That's why we kept that 30% chance of showers in your forecast early on Monday. But even if we see a few showers Monday morning, by Monday afternoon, it'll be completely dry, and Monday and Tuesday will be mostly dry. One thing you'll certainly notice in the 7-day forecast is that low of 35 degrees on Tuesday morning. So it's been so warm across Metro Atlanta over the past several weeks. It's been a while since it's been 35. So we may actually have to deal with some frost next week in Metro Atlanta and North Georgia with temperatures dropping into the 30s. The reason we bring that up is because I know you got a lot of plants and vegetation out there that may be kicking here with these warmer temperatures. You're going to have to watch that next week with temperatures expected to drop back into the 30s in the morning. So you can actually see that colder air. These are the temperatures a little bit higher up. This is a great map that we use to kind of track the flow of the warm and cold air. You can see we get cooler over the weekend, but notice what happens next week. We really get colder as we get into Tuesday and even Wednesday. Some of that white is starting to move down from the Midwest and then to North Georgia. So that's the cold air that we're tracking that could produce the frost, if not even a freeze for some of you toward next week. So just kind of have that on your mind for next week, the potential of a bit of a freeze or a frost. Make sure you have that ready to rock and roll, and of course we'll give you more details as we get closer. As far as our forecast for today, hello, I'm back. Great day today. Sunny skies out there right now. We will see more clouds later on into the afternoon and evening, but it'll stay completely dry. The showers are not back until Thursday, and the first alert is on Friday. And of course, we will be here tracking the first alerts for Friday morning and for Sunday right here on Atlanta News First Plus. And of course, you can check us out on TV. I hope you have an amazing Wednesday. I'm going to leave you with this beautiful look of Midtown Atlanta. Enjoy the rest of your week, and until next time, we'll see you soon. We're going to continue this because we never go off.
Thank you so much, Rodney. Yeah, I just wanted to share just a couple news headlines that we're following here on Atlanta News First Plus. I'm Joy Lim-Nakrin. Thanks so much to Rodney, not only for the great forecast, but the great weather as well, which I know everybody's enjoying. But I do want to just let you know about some of the top stories that we are following right now, and something that we, of course, have been watching closely and reporting to you extensively has been the latest surrounding the protests that actually turned violent on Sunday night at the site of the new Atlanta Police Department training facility. Remember yesterday, as we were kind of delivering you the news updates, I showed you these, pardon me, we're just having a little technical glitch I need to address here. I showed you kind of this, these individuals, these 23 individuals, right, that were charged with domestic terrorism. Those are the charges that they are facing. And yesterday, they actually faced a judge in a very extensive bond hearing, and pretty unusual because there were statements read for some of these defendants, a lot of character witnesses being called as well. Just want to share with you a little bit of that.
All the parties were involved via association.
Yeah, so these proceedings got pretty lengthy because of the reasons that I described. The judge ended up denying bond for nearly all of these individuals. But there was a $5,000 bond granted for one legal observer with the Southern Poverty Law Center. And I want to let you know that we actually have a criminal defense attorney coming to join us for a live discussion here on Atlanta News First Plus on our live stream to kind of break down what these charges mean, what steps will be taken going forward. You know, what would the arguments be of these particular defendants? I think we kind of got a look into that yesterday during the proceedings. Only 2 of those defendants are actually from Georgia. They basically hail from 15 different states overall, and that was something cited by the judge in denying bond for many of these defendants, that they didn't have roots in the community, and so they would be considered a flight risk because the risk of them skipping town and not returning to face the charges against them is always something that judges have to consider when they're choosing to whether there should be bond allowed. But just kind of wanted to show you also, if you missed it, we brought this to you live yesterday as well. These ongoing protests that were happening downtown surrounding this new training facility, what they're saying, Cop City. You can see the sign saying Stop Cop City, and that's certainly the sentiment by many activists. They are raising concerns about militarization via police, and also, deforestation, among other issues. But certainly a controversial topic that we are keeping a close eye on, and we're keeping a close eye on the fallout as well from it. So like I said, we're going to have a criminal defense attorney break down some of these charges, look at other issues like, was there jurisdiction for these arrests? Did the arresting authorities have the legal power to make the arrest accordingly? Because that is something that is also a point of contention in this case, because this training facility is in DeKalb County, right? But it's being used by Atlanta Police. It's patrolled by Atlanta Police, and they were the ones who made the arrest. It's actually owned by Atlanta Police. So that's a whole other issue. Is deputizing these Atlanta police officers enough to give them that authority? That's a question we're going to ask our expert. Or how else is the jurisdiction granted and the authority to kind of police this area? Obviously, this is a picture of Manuel Terán, who was killed at the hands of officers, and a trooper also was hurt during that incident earlier this year, as these kind of protests have continued. So certainly a lot of scrutiny on police and their handling surrounding these protesters, given that. Something we are going to keep following closely. Also just want to let you know about this story that we have been following as well. This is a scene of a deadly fire in Lithonia. Very sad story. A family is grieving after losing their loved one here at this scene that you're looking at. DeKalb Fire Rescue got the call a little after 1 o'clock this morning. They saw people outside this home on Huntington Circle, and the home was actually engulfed in flames at that point. So residents tell firefighters that someone was still inside that home. It turns out it was a woman who actually lived there, and 5 people were in the home at the time. Thankfully, 4 of them did make it out safely. Three children and a man got out alive without any injuries, but unfortunately the woman did not survive. It's not clear what their relationship might be. Again, this is a woman who was lost, and it was a man and 3 children who did survive. It's not clear what their relationship is, whether she was a mother or grandmother or maybe a sister, but that's something that we're working to find out as well, and certainly investigators are looking into. But those are just some of the top stories that we're going to keep following for you here on Atlanta News First Plus, and of course our traditional platforms on Atlanta News First. But thank you so much for being with us. As Rodney showed you, beautiful day outside. Here's a live look at the city of Atlanta. So if you have some time, maybe you can go out and enjoy. Have a great day.